Thank God it's Friday. Woo! Hey, hey. What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Junior's World of Soul. I am back with a new video, y'all. It's Friday. Y'all know what time it is. It is Flashback Friday. And this video is about R. Kelly, the king of hip-hop soul, who I feel is the king of hip-hop soul, because we all know Mary is the queen of hip-hop soul, and you know, I feel like R. Kelly is the king. I know a lot of people give it to KC that I see online and everything like that. They be like, KC is the king of hip-hop soul, but I'm like, I can't agree to that, and I feel like R. Kelly's discography proves why he is the king of hip-hop soul, just in my opinion. So honestly, y'all, I wanted to do a video on R. Kelly for a while. I did one, but it really wasn't on R. Kelly a lot as I wanted it to be, because the video that I did on R. Kelly was talking about his Love Letter album, and how that album really got me and my family through when my grandfather passed. And that album really gave us Sam Cooke flavor and gave us, you know, Otis Redding and things like that. So I was really talking a lot about, you know, the influences in that album more than I was talking about R. Kelly's music. So I said, you know what I'm gonna do this Friday? I am going to do a Flashback Friday video on just R. Kelly, some happy joints. And I feel like, you know what the topic would be? Why don't I pick my top 7 joints that would just give me rocking, like I'll start going off the R. Kelly. And I was like, I think that'll be fun. I really do think that'll be fun. Y'all can see the craziness and all that, but the joints you gonna rock to. So, you know what? R. Kelly's music has really been part of my life soundtrack. You know what I mean? His album 12 Play started it all off for me, being introduced to his music. I was 7 years old. And then in 2015, at the end of 2015, he released his last album, not last album like he done, but the latest one is The Buffet, and he released that, and I was 29 when he released that album. So over 20 years, you know, R. Kelly's music has been a part of my life, and I'm like, that's serious. So I was like, you know what? Let's do this. So I got my 7 joints, so this is my tribute to him, and let's just get this started. I'm ready to go. Y'all got my little drink. I'm ready. Let's do this. So, starting at number 7. Now, like I was telling y'all, that R. Kelly, really, his music really entered my life when we got the 12 Play album and when that dropped. But of course, before then, I knew, you know, Honey Love and Dedicated. I still dedicate that song to my mom. And Slow Dance. Like, I knew those songs, but I really didn't pay attention. So before the second album came out, his second solo album, which is the R. Kelly album, I heard this song and I was like, this sounds like R. Kelly, but this wasn't on the 12 Play album. And I just remember somebody was like, oh no, that was on the Born in the 90s album when he was with Public Announcement. I'm like, oh, okay, and that joint rocked, and I just remember that day, and ever since then, every time I hear the song, it bangs for me. So, for me, it takes me back to the 90s, that 90s feeling when, you know, the music was, you know, the radio was representing, you know, R&B and hip-hop, and it just makes you feel nostalgic and all that, and it was just a dope time. So my number 7 joint is Born in the 90s, off the Born in the 90s album with him in Public Announcement. And here we go. Starting it off, it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Ooh, born in the 90s. Woo! Just feels so good. It just make you feel so 90s, like your 90s swag on, you know what I'm saying? But what I really love about this song is that R. Kelly used one of my favorite samples to use. One of my favorite samples to use, and so many people have used it, by Patrice Rushen, who is another person that's so underrated. Now, y'all heard the song, y'all heard the beat. Now, if you don't know the sample, I will play y'all the sample because, you know, I'm trying to be current, but y'all know I'm so soulful. I gotta let you know. You know what I'm saying? Like, I gotta take it back for y'all. So, this is the sample, and y'all should definitely know because it was a big hit for real. So, but if you don't, it goes a little something like this. Here we go. I'm ready to sing along to this joint because this joint is a banger. Just to know I'm lucky you remind me. Woo! Oh my God, like I just love the sample of that song. Like so many people have done it. Like Faith did it for her Falling in Love joint off her first album. Then R. Kelly used it. We're born in the 90s and he used it right. So it's like every time I think about that song, it just makes me, you know, I just rock out to that song. And I'm just so happy that R. Kelly used the sample and he used it right. And he's spitting on it too. So a lot of people don't even go back to that album because a lot of people just say, okay, R. Kelly is starting with 12 play. But if you think about it, that first album, Born in the 90s, that was him. It was really him. You know what I'm saying? So I would recommend y'all guys go back and listen to Born in the 90s. I like it. It's a, you know, it's like Honey Love on there, Slow Dance, Dedicated, Born in the 90s, Definition of a Hottie, You Got the Vibe. Like, I like the album. I think y'all need to check it out. But my joint coming in at number 7 is Born in the 90s because it just gives me that 90s flavor. And then he used the sample with the underrated but classic Patrice Rushen. Alrighty. Starting y'all off a little bit mellow. Getting you a little bit mellow, but then we're going to get there. We're going to get there. Coming in at number 6, we're going to go to R. Kelly's R album. And you know what's so crazy? I remember when I copped this album and we got it bootleg. Yes, bootleg. Hey, things happen. Whatever. Don't judge me. And you don't know our story. So that's whatever. So I remember us being on a train and the bootlegger's down there and he's selling the CDs and the cassettes and things like that. And he got it on his quilt, his nice white quilt on the train station. Like, what were you thinking? Like, what was this guy thinking? But whatever. So he had the CD out, and my mom was like, I know you want something, so what you want? So I'm looking around. I was like, all right, let's get R. Kelly new one. And the guy was like, oh, well, you know it's a double disc album. And we like, okay, but it better be the same price as the one disc. It's an album. It is what it is. So he was like, oh, yeah, but I'm just letting you know it's a double disc. So I was like, a double disc? He was like, damn, R. Kelly, what the hell? You gonna put all these set songs and do 2 discs? Like, come on. Like, but we brought it anyway. You know what I'm saying? We gave the bootlegger their money. You know what I'm saying? Even though R didn't get the money. I have it now. It's on my computer. I brought it. So I gave R. Kelly his money. He got it now. But back in 98, he didn't get it. Hey, it is what it is. But, so as soon as we got to the crib, we put the album on. And, you know, it opened with the Keith Murray joint. Then a couple of joints in Half on a Baby. Then When a Woman's Fed Up. My mom loved that song. And then a couple of joints in between. But then it got to this next joint. And I was like, oh, I know R. Kelly did not use the Surface sample with this joint. But it was so street. And it still had the bop to it. And it was just so dope. And he did. And he did the damn thing on this joint. And coming in at number 6 is Only Loot Can Make Me Happy. And it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Only the loot can make me happy. Woo! Happy. Woo! Come on, thought that I like you. Woo! That joint just feels so good, like on a nice Saturday when it's like, you know, the sun is out and you feel like driving around. And it just felt so good. And then I swear to y'all, like when we was playing this joint, we literally played this joint like 5 times, like for real, because it felt so good. It was a dope record. You know what I mean? And you know, we're a family that we know our samples. So if you use the sample right, you got us. And he used it right, you know what I'm saying? But still, it was still street. And that's what I like about R. Kelly and what he was so genius in doing. You know, connecting the old but still being current. And it was just dope. So, you know, and then what was so crazy about this song too, it was doing, when we got this album, which is crazy, it was like, you know, we was going through some things, and then, you know, finances and everything like that. So we listening to this song, and we like, yeah, we agree. Only the loot can make us happy right now. Like, come on, where's the money? But then the older I got, and the more I listened to this song, and then the older I live life, and the wisdom I get a little bit, it's like money really don't make you happy. Like, you can have all the money in the world, but still be depressed. You know what I'm saying? And we got a lot of celebrities that's like that. They probably have all the money and they're still depressed. So it's like the loot don't really make you happy, but the song is still dope. But when I hear it now, I still rock off. Woo! Happy. Only the loot can make me happy. Woo! That joint goes on, and I don't care. You know what I'm saying? That joint is a banger. And shout out to Surface for that classic record. You know what I mean? That joint is such a classic. But you know what? Screw all that. I'm going to play it. I'm going to play it. I ain't going to just shout them out because y'all know I got it. So I ain't just going to shout them out and not play the joint. Come on. How can I not play this classic? So, come on, y'all. Y'all definitely should know it so y'all can definitely sing it together. So let's go. Only you can make me happy. Happy. Only you can make me happy. Woo! Don't. Happy. Yes, sir. Oh, God. Classic. But again, yo, R. Kelly used that sample right. And again, he made it, you know, current, but it was still, gave you that still 80s R&B. That's why I love it. And to this day, if you can play it, and I'm sitting down and I'm DJing, I'm maybe not the one to DJ when this song comes on, because then I will leave it and be on the floor with my red cup, just, only the loot can make me happy. That's just me, but it is what it is. But coming in at number 6 is from the R album, Only the Loot Can Make Me Happy. Now, the next 2 joints is for the steppers. This is for the steppers. This is for people that just love to step. This is for the fellas, y'all, for real, because these 2 songs for real is going to make y'all want to put on y'all alligator shoes and go out to the spot and get you stepping on like Uncle Joe at the family reunion. That's what it is. Like this, like I could not do a R. Kelly, like list of mine, and I can't have no stepping joints in it. That's an epic fail. Like, no, that's a mistake. So, let's get into it. Coming in at number 5 is from his Write Me Back album that he brought out in 2012, which actually 5 days ago turned 5 years old. And I want R. Kelly to give me another album like that. I think the album was dope. It was still sensual, that we love R. Kelly for, but it was still in his kind of age domain, if you know what I mean. But I want him to give me another album like that, but that's neither here nor there. But it's a song on this album that will forever get me and my mother on the dance floor. We hear this joint. It was so crazy, y'all, with this, that we was at a stoplight and this song came on, and it's a part in here that my mom literally got out at the stoplight and started dancing to it. That's how crazy it is. Like, this song is just completely dope. But I just like how he kind of made it. It was like a mid-tempo, and then it went fast. So the song is called Believe That It's So. I even put, I'm going to put in a more info box the video of me and my mom dancing to it. We was going off, y'all. Dope. But it's Believe That It's So. And it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Come on. Right here. Back up.
This day was blessed because the love we made it. A child would be given my name, and girl, believe that it's so.
Believe it's so. Believe that it's so. Believe it's so. Woo! So it's at the bridge, y'all. It is at the bridge that it is a rap. Like he goes to the bridge and like it's a complete rap. Like me and my mom go crazy and we just like we in the house. It's like we got our drinks in our hand and we almost about to drop it. But when we think, we be like, wait a minute, we paid too much for this drink. We bugging. We ain't going to drop it. We just going to hold it in our hand and we going to rock off. So here is that dope bridge he go to, and then it's a rap. Woo! Come on. One more shot to show, but I'm all up on the floor. It's just one thing that I know. I had a little too much to drink. Woo! I had a little too much to drink. Woo! I had a little too much to drink. Fingers snapping, hands is clapping, everybody blowing, blowing. On the side, I'm taking shots, you already be knowing. Woo! Y'all, I will let that whole thing ride if I could, but we on YouTube and I don't want them to act all stupid and block this video. So, but this joint is so dope, y'all. Oh my God, like, you cannot tell me you don't feel that. I had a little too much to drink, like, that joint just died. Oh my God, like, if I'm playing that song and you walk into my house, me and my mom will be on the floor. Like, it just is what it is. Like, that joint is, you have to, like, you have that feeling like you just can't sit still when that song comes on. And it's like, I wish that this song was a single, y'all. I wish he would have made it a single. And you know what would have been crazy? He could have been stepping in it, like in the part in the video, Aaliyah's At Your Best remix video. And he like, this is for the steppers. And him and Aaliyah is like, they stepping. I wish he could have did that for a video like this. And it would have been dope. Oh my God, yo. I wish he would have. But it's still a dope joint. And it gets me rocking. And this forever will be on a playlist for me. Like, so if you at my house and I'm DJing, you will hear this song because this is going to be me and my mom's on the floor. And sometimes even my grandma, because she like, if I can't beat them, join them. That's what she, you know what I'm saying? So coming in at number 5, Believe That It's So off his Write Me Back album. And I recommend y'all go listen to that Write Me Back album too, because that joint is dope, for real. He brought it out right after the Love Letter album. Dope, because I felt like the Love Letter was more to the 60s, and I feel like the Write Me Back album was more for the 70s. Like, it gave you that Tyrone, Bobby Womack, you know what I'm saying, more of that flavor, you know what I mean? But I definitely recommend it. But Believe That It's So, you will rock to it, because clearly this joint is a banger. So that's your number 5 joint. So keeping the stepping going, coming from his Happy People You Save Me album. Now, it's really crazy that my grandfather really loved the You Save Me album. Like, he played it so much because it was like every time we would get in the car with him, he would play it. And mind you, we had both. We had the You Save Me and we had Happy People. We brought it together. This is one we actually brought because my grandfather made us go buy the album after he heard You Save Me. But he was playing Peace and he was playing Prayer Changes. And that's on the You Save Me side, which is the gospel. So it was great when we would finally get into the car and we would hear the Happy People side, because it's like the Happy People is the dancing and, you know, it's not real religious, you know what I mean? So it was like, woo, we finally get to hear this part. We brought it, and every time we get in the car we got to hear the You Save Me, which ain't nothing wrong with that, you know, praises to God and all that good stuff. But it's like, yo, I wanted to hear what the Happy People side sound like, and finally we did. And listen, this song is my favorite song on the album. It's track number 2. I think he released it as a single. I don't know if he did or not, but Happy People was such a big success. It was like, you know, it wouldn't have worked. So maybe, you know, radio might have started playing it, but, you know, but I don't think it was much of a big hit like that. But it's my favorite joint. It's called Red Carpet, and it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Love this record. Come on. Pack up. This gonna be acting stupid with me, y'all, but here we go. Pause, 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 pause. Woo! That just make, I don't care what nobody said, that just make you just rock off. Like, anytime, and especially when it come in, it got that bass where it just kicks, and you blasting in your car, and you be like, pause, flash, pause, pause, flash, pause, flash, pause, flash. Like, I love that joint, for real. And you know what I remember about this song? Because I already told y'all know me and my mom crazy. And when we love a joint, it don't matter where we at. Like, we can rock off. So I remember me, my mom, my grandma, and my grandfather was headed to Connecticut. We was going to see some family out there, right? So we had to stop, get some gas or whatever at the rest station or whatever. So when Pause and Flash came on, and me and my mom heard it, we got out at the gas station and started rocking off. We was like jamming. Pause, pause, pause. So we were just going off, right? So, of course, my grandma's looking at us like we ain't got no sense. She's like, what is wrong with my children? And we like, we don't care because we love the song. Like, it just make you want to move. When you hear this song, you just can't sit still. And that's one thing about me and my mom. We cannot sit still if we hear something good. So we had to stop, and we ain't moving for a while, and we just got to get up and dance. That's what we going to do. It don't matter if we looking crazy. Hey, we love the song. But the one thing I like about this song is the part after the bridge. And it's this right here. And I just love how he did that. We gonna have a couple of Kodak moments in this one, but here we go.
Yeah, on three, y'all. 1, 2, 3, say cheese.
Like, I like that. Like, he's talking about pause and flash, and then he gives you some time to, like, pause. You got to get your Kodak moments on. You know what I'm saying? And then they bring the beat back, and you just pause, flash, pause, flash. Woo! I don't care what none of y'all say. You cannot tell me you is not feeling that. Like, you feel it. It make you want to move. You know what I'm saying? So that memory is so great, and it's crazy because R.I.P. to my grandfather, because I miss that man every day. But it's just a good memory that, you know, me and mom was rocking off at the gas station on the way to Connecticut. It's just, and that's why this song will forever knock for me. So coming in at number 4 off the Happy People side is Pause, Flash, Red Carpet. And I actually like that song better than Happy People, when Happy People was such a big hit. But I like Red Carpet, Pause, Flash better. But it's just me. But coming in number 3, I'm taking y'all back to my second favorite R. Kelly album, entitled R. Kelly. I opened the video with Thank God It's Friday off that album. And to me, this album solidified him as the king of hip-hop soul. I'm sorry. It just did. Because if you know the 12-play album, he was spitting on there. He was even spitting on the Back to the 90s joint. But this album, I was just like, R. Kelly is just the R&B soul hip-hop king. It just, you gotta just give credit where credit is due. So this album is my second favorite after 12 play, because it had Hump Bounce on there. I love the sermon, the intro. The sermon was dope. Oh my God. The download remix. I Can't Sleep. Thank God It's Friday, and then the inspirational Trade in My Life. Oh my God. Like, I love how he ended with that song and had the choir come in. Just a dope record. But this joint with Big coming in number 3 was a banger in my house, because it connected the hip-hop and the soul. Y'all know my mom is a soul head. My pops was hip-hop. Then Big, we love Big. Being from Brooklyn, we already loved R. Kelly with the 12 play. It worked. There was no arguments there. We didn't have to beef there. So here is You To Be Happy. And it goes a little something like this. Hope y'all enjoying the list so far. But here we go. Be there, woo, 'cause your loving is so good, woo. I was about to mess up, y'all. Like I think I came in too late, but it's all good. You know what I'm saying? But this joint, the beat is just so tough. You know what I'm saying? And during this time, Big was the king. Like he was the king. Like respect is due. Big was on everything. He was on hip hop joints. He was on R&B joints. Like crazy. Like he was the king. He was so when his verse came in. Y'all know, you know my family. We loved it to death. And it went a little bit something like this. Give my life what it would only make you happy. Sitting, reminiscing, and when you started dissing, spitting their paces at public places, roll up through big faces, now you're dripping for months. Made some dough, did some shows, now you're starting the front. Fucking blunts on the veranda with Amanda. You feeling your head, and he said, she said, Papa doing this, Papa doing that. Don't tell him I said it, cause my Jeep might get wetted. I saw the smoke fill Benzes. You was a Reebok vandal, now you wear Chanel sandals. I made you, why would I play you? It's Dawn P's and Christie's in the fridge when you get home. You to be happy. You to have best of things. Woo! You can't tell me that joint don't knock, y'all. I love that joint. And Big Rhyme, yo, killed it. He murdered it. He murdered it. You know what I'm saying? And I knew this joint was a banger and how, you know, even though I knew it was a banger already, but when I got to college, I was with one of my homeboys, Sheldon, and we was with this other cat, and we was in his car, and he's from New York. We all New Yorkers. Both of us, the cat that was driving the car, he was from Brooklyn. I was from Brooklyn. Sheldon was from Queens. So, you know, they true hip-hop heads. Like, they true diehard hip-hop heads. So I'm expecting to get into the car, and they rocking, and you know what I'm saying? I'm hearing Wu-Tang, I'm hearing Nas, and I'm hearing all that, which ain't nothing wrong with it. You know what I mean? But y'all know I'm a soul head. I'm R&B. Give me some R&B sometime. I can rock with the hip-hop. So their homeboy put this in, and he put this song on, and I was shocked. And what was crazy, they started singing this part, and I was like, then yes, this joint is a banger. If you have true hip hop heads singing this part, listen. Love it, sing you back this way. Dun, 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 dun. Never thought you here with me. Dun, 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 dun. It's the same without you, G. Now, mind you, they singing that and they hip-hop heads. I was like, oh, all right, this joint is a banger. You know what I'm saying? It bangs for everybody. It's such a dope joint. And if you don't like that joint, I don't know what's wrong with you. Because Big came in and did his thing. R. Kelly did the thing on there. The beat is crazy. Everything about it is hip-hop. It's R&B. It's just dope. A dope record. So coming in at number 3, You to Be Happy with the Notorious B.I.G. R.I.P. to the great. So now, the last 2 songs is coming from my favorite album that started it all for me with R. Kelly is the 12 Play album. Again, I was introduced to this album when I was 7 years old. Again, this album was definitely hip-hop soul to me. And it just was. Like, if you don't know it, like, he's spitting, he rhyming, he's singing, he doing all that. It's hip-hop, it's soul just as well. But coming in at number 2, it wasn't a single, but at 7, I just remember singing this song, and I was loving it. When I heard it, I was just like singing it. And then now at 30, I feel the same way that I did at 7. So that just shows you how timeless and how dope the joint is. Like, you can play it now, and I'm just gonna grab my drink as usual and get on the floor and rock to it. That's me. And it just takes me back to my South Carolina days. You know what I mean? When, you know, I started really getting into music. Like, I knew it, but I think I was starting to really understand it. Starting when, you know what I mean? Being 6 and 7 and my mom playing it a lot and definitely playing, you know, soulful joints, taking it back to the 50s and the 60s, and my dad with the hip-hop, and I was starting to understand it a little better than I was when I was 2, 3, and 4. Yeah, they were playing it, but now I started understanding it. So, coming in at number 2, is Back to the Hood of Things. Love this joint. Love it, love it, love it. And it goes a little something like this. Here we go. Back up. Come on.
Decided to put the swing to take it back to the hood of things. Back to the hood of things. Back to the hood of things.
Back to the hood of things. Back to the hood of things. Back to the hood of things. Back to the hood of things. Woo! Back to the hood of things. Woo! I love that joint. Like, it just feels so good, yo. And he's singing on it, and then he's spitting on it. And my parents used to play this album like crazy. Like, albums that define South Carolina for me, 12 Play is one of them, because my parents played it. And, you know, when I remember when this song will play, you know what's so crazy? Like, it's just so good to remember songs and remember what you were doing and where, you know, where you were and things like that. And I just remember when this song would come on, I would just see my pops just grooving. And then my mom be like, yeah, she like it. And then after a while, you know what I'm saying, she'd get up and she'd start dancing. My dad would still be in his cool swag, sitting on the couch, you know what I'm saying? And then I would look around because I'm like, I don't know what I want to do. You know, at 7 years old, you looking at, all right, your pops is sitting down, he just playing the cool, but your mother up there and she just going off to it. So before I really got deep into my thought, my mom would be like, come on, June. Get up and dance with your mama. And then we'd get up and then I'd start dancing with her. And we'd be rocking. I'd be trying to do my Running Man and all that kind of stuff. Doing the snake and doing all things that a 7-year-old can only do. But then it would get to this part right here, y'all. And it was crazy because my pops was so cool. But when this part came on, it was like he got live. And it was just crazy. I was like, you kind of waited to that part. But it is what it is. But this is the part that he kind of goes off on. Here we go. And that's him. And then afterwards, then he just gets smooth again. Before then, at that part, he like smacking with a third verse. Hell yeah. Like he goes off and then he's back to the smooth again. I used to be like, what? Like I look at him like, that was weird. But then I go back rocking with my mom. Back to the hood of things. I just be rocking my little 7-year-old self trying to rock off. I could, man, if we could have had some videos and y'all think I'm rocking in here and I'm crazy in here, y'all should have saw me at 7 years old. I know I was probably looking a mess. But that joint is a dope record. And I would get on the dance floor anytime that song plays now. Like, yes, thinking about it, the last time I was home with my mom, I played it. And me and her was on the floor rocking off. And we was back to the hood of thing, back to the hood of thing. And then I said, Mom, what sample do you hear on that? She was like, oh, don't try to come to me with the sample. You know I'm hearing that Willie Hutch Brothers gonna work it out. I was like, ooh. I was like, go off, Mom. She was like, I taught you. Then she always tried to mess up the groove. You know what I'm saying? But I just was like, back to the hood of thing with my hand in her face. But yes, that joint is so dope. Rock off to it. A dope joint. So that's why coming in at number 2, back to the hood of things from the 12 Play album. Coming in at number 1 is my favorite song to jam. R. Kelly again. This is from the classic 12 Play album. Sidebar, you know what's crazy, y'all? When we think about this 12 Play album, it came out the same day as Midnight Marauders and 36 Chambers. Now, it's crazy that it got any play in the house because my pops loved Midnight Marauders and he always would play that. My mom liked 36 Chambers because of RZA and his samples that he was using. So I used to be like, how? And then after a while, 12 Play was getting played a lot more than Midnight Marauders and 36 Chambers. So I'm just like, whoa, R. Kelly came out with 2 classic hip-hop albums, but he still ended up getting his shine with the hip-hop heads and then the R&B heads. I'm like, whoa, I was just crazy for me to think about that. But that's just crazy. He came out on those days and still got love. You know what I mean? But this song is track number 3. This joint wasn't a single either, but it's a banger. And it's entitled Homie Love a Friend. And I love this joint. And It goes a little something like this. Here we go. Homie, love a friend. Homie, love a friend. Woo! Oh, God, yo. Mind you, now this is crazy. Because now at 7 years old, I love this song. Like, I would, when the album would play, sometimes be like, Dad or Mom, could y'all replay that song? Could y'all replay that? I want to hear that again. Now, R. Kelly is talking about some real stuff on this song. Like, real stuff. And, of course, I don't know what the heck he's talking about. But at this part of the song, I'm loving. And I love this part. And it's just crazy. Now, I'm just going to play that part. And mind you, a 7-year-old singing this. I told my mom, my mom and my dad, I was like, I should have took y'all to jail. Y'all had me listen to this. You should be ashamed of yourself. But someone to satisfy my every need. Homie, love a friend. Homie, love a friend. Now I need someone to satisfy my every need. Homie, love a friend. Homie, love a friend. Break it down. Woo! I love that, yo. So, you know, when I got older and I was listening to this album, and when I realized what the hell R. Kelly was talking about, I went to my parents and was like, yo, why was y'all having me listen to the 12-play album singing these words? Like, y'all know I was too young to be hearing this. And my pops was like, look, you was going to hear this joint out in the street anyway. So you with us. So, but I'm like, okay, what if I would have came to y'all and been like, well, what's this line meaning? What's this? He going to say, well, he'd have been, he said, well, June, you too young to know what this is, but we'll talk to you about it when you get older. I'm like, really? Really? After I'm singing these words, I need someone to satisfy my every need? You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, I'm singing songs like, what he got? I like the crotch on you. Like, what? I'm like, Dad, what was y'all thinking? You know what I'm saying? But he was like, what made me so different is I never asked questions. I used to just sing the songs, and I never asked any questions. So they never really had to answer any because I never asked. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really it was. Because I think if I would have asked my father, he probably would have gave me some bull crap. But then I would have got older and been like, Dad, that's not what that meant. Why didn't you just tell me? But maybe, I don't know. I just love the music, was so into the music I didn't have to. So that is my favorite joint to rock to. Homie, Love a Friend by R. Kelly. I love that joint. It will be forever. It will be my favorite song. You ask me, what is my favorite R. Kelly song? I would tell you Homie, Love a Friend off the 12-play album. Well, those are my top 7 joints. Number 7 was Born in the 90s. Number 6 was Only Luke Can Make Me Happy. Number 5 was Believe That It's So. Number 4 was Red Carpet, Pause and Flash. Number 3 was You to Be Happy with Big. Number 2 was Back to the Hood of Things. And number 1 was Homie, Love a Friend. Now, I know y'all probably writing this like, yo, it's so many joints that you could have talked about. This was my list, but if you felt like, you know, there were some songs that, hey, maybe you should have talked about that you thought maybe was better than the ones that I gave, put it in the comment section. Let me know what y'all think. You know what I'm saying? Let me know what y'all think of the video. Hopefully y'all enjoyed the songs. R. Kelly is definitely a great, you know, when you talk about 90s R&B, you have to talk about R. Kelly. And you know what's so crazy about me calling him the hip-hop Soul King? Because if you think about it, him and Mary used to be neck and neck when it came to albums. Like, if you just forget about Born in the 90s, you start with his 12-play album. So his 12-play album came out in 1993. Mary comes out in 1994 with My Life. He comes out in 1995 with the R. Kelly album, right? The end of 95, so kind of give it 96. Mary comes out in 97 with Share My World. He's on that album. 98, he comes out with the R album. 99, Mary comes out with her Mary album. 2000, he comes out with TP2. In 2001, Mary comes out with No More Drama. Then in 2002, he comes out with the Jay-Z album with him, The Best of Both Worlds. Then 2003, Mary comes out. It was like they were back to back to me. And it seems like to me in the 90s, I felt like the label Jive was like, you know what? Mary has her audience with the hip hop soul. So we gonna let her have it for that year. And when her, you know, I guess the album is kind of dwindling, we gonna bring R. Kelly out and he can take it from there. And I think Mary's team with MCA was thinking the same thing, because yo, they brought out albums back to back every year. It was Married and Him, Married and Him. It's crazy. If y'all look on Wikipedia or whatever, you will see what the heck I'm saying. And that's why, another reason why I call R. Kelly the king of hip hop soul, because he was going neck to neck with Mary. Seriously. But enough of that. I guess I'm gonna close this with a banger. When me and my mom heard it in the car for the first time, we was like, dang, R. Kelly know he can get you moving when you hear a song. And he definitely did with this joint. It's off the latest album, The Buffet, and it's Backyard Party. And we gonna end it like this, y'all. I hope y'all enjoy. And this flashback video was very fun to make. And here we go. I'm back. We gonna end it right. Come on.
No one's got hating in their heart. Whoa, backyard party.
A backyard party. Woo! A backyard party. Hey! A backyard party. I'm out, y'all. Peace.